Hi guys, welcome back to Butterfly Box 78. All right. These readings are not for children, or they're only for adults 18 and older. Let's see. This reading is for Cancer. Just a couple announcements. I will be head itches. I will be selling the manifestation boxes. The website should be up around February sometime. I'm taking my time, not making any, not rushing anything. I'm just doing what I do, in the time that I do it, however I do it. If you don't know what a manifestation box is, it's a box where it's a pretty box, where you set your intentions, and you can write down, things, put it in the box. It's just a physical reminder of what it is that we're trying to manifest, or that we're trying to have God help us create, in other words. So this reading is for Cancer. Give me just a second, let me meditate. Sorry, I'm also getting rid of I don't know what this is in my eye. There's something in my eye. I forgot what I was saying. Okay, give me just a moment to meditate. And actually, even before we meditate, we're going to use a little bit of Florida water. We're going to go ahead and set the intentions. It's going to be love reading for Cancer. Love reading for Cancer. All right. Give me just a second. Oh wow, I feel love instantly. Yes. So the energy that I'm feeling is all around the heart chakra. Let's see here. All around the heart chakra. So let's see how this goes. We're going to go ahead and move the camera down. All right. I'm going to turn it just a little bit. There we go. I did see balance in the reverse. So, let's see. Cancer. Where are we going with this? Cancer. Love reading. Okay. This is pretty interesting. All right. So this is telling us that in the past, generally the Three of Pentacles represents if it was in the upright, it would be hold on, you guys. Give me just a second. I'm sorry. Sorry guys, give me just a second. All right. So the Three of Pentacles in reverse also generally relates to it's like 3 would be like a partnership, generally having to do with the business, but this is a love reading, so it's like it's nothing bad when they're in the reverse, but the 3 of Pentacles is telling us that it's like you need to, like in the past, the idea, I guess, wasn't developed enough. There were things, like maybe you thought that you were ready for something, but you weren't quite ready for that. It needed more thought. There needed to be more, sorry guys, I don't even know why this was closed. You needed to plan out how the reality of what this was actually, what the relationship was actually going to be. Okay? It just wasn't thought through enough. It was like, oh my God, I'm so in love, you know, but not really thinking out the logistics of how, you know, to make the actual relationship work. And as a result, you have the 8 of Swords in the upright. The 8 of Swords is like you didn't protect yourself. There was pain. Like an inability, and you probably may have even got very wrapped up into a situation, but it caused an inability to move on. Almost like a trapped energy. But this is like an energy where you kind of trapped yourself. You know what I'm saying? You knew what you were getting yourself into, you know, and now you're on the floor crying about it. Here, 8 of Swords. Then you got the 9 of Swords in reverse. So the overall is like, wow. And the 8 of Swords popped out again in the upright. So this is really, 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 really telling us, and I haven't even shuffled this, but I'm going to place this on top of this because it's telling us that there's some type of, you know, imprisonment is the word that I'm getting, that almost like you've put on yourself. Okay? The 9 is telling us that where the 9 of Swords in reverse is telling us is that you're coming up out of this state of where this situation was really keeping you up at night. And that's very interesting because it goes from the 8 to the 9. So that means that there is going to be a strong development, that you are going to be transitioning. The overall energy is the Moon, and that's interesting because that's actually, you know, well, the Chariot is actually you, Cancer, but you know, the Cancer is the Moon. I mean, it only comes out at night, and in this particular deck, this means supporting of women. So, and for all you men that are listening, for men, Cancer men, this is just saying that, you know, maybe the more sensitive side of you needs a little bit more support, or you're getting a support because you're coming up out of, you know, this 8 of Swords situation. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify the 3 of Pentacles. What happened? What was the 3 of Pentacles about? Please tell me. What is the 3 of Pentacles about? Please explain to me. The Empress. Okay, so this was somebody that saw you as love. You are love. This is like a divine, you know, and it's interesting because she comes with her cup, like she's offering, you know. So you may have even offered this love in the past, but presently there's like a self-imprisonment with this. I don't know if it's because I have a feeling that maybe some of the reason that if you are in a relationship, that the energy isn't, came to this presently because you kind of you put yourself in a mental self-imprisonment, but they view you as love. This is love. You are love. There is love. Okay? The Chariot. Wow, you popped out, guys. So, I'm going to set this here. The Chariot. And the Chariot also represents travel. Moving forward. I always say moving forward. A lot of people associate it with travel. I think that the Chariot also to me represents taking back like the power. And this is interesting because we've got this chakra is your root chakra. Okay? So this is down at the very root, the very tail end. What is it? Your coccyx, the very tail end of your spine. I don't even know why I don't have my words today, but let's go ahead and figure out. What is it? I need to know more about this. What is up with this Eight of Swords? What's going on with you? And I have a feeling that this was your energy, Cancer. Why? Why the Eight of Swords? Please explain to me the Eight of Swords. Why the Eight of Swords? That's so crazy. Look how I pulled this out. Because of the union. It's like a self-imprisonment. Because really you want to be with this person. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. Cancer, you're fucking ridiculous. Oh my goodness. You know what? I said I wasn't going to do it. I said I wasn't going to drink none of this energy drink, but I need an energy drink because I need some energy for this. All right. There's no foundation for, even though your partner views you as love, or you view them as love. You're being weird. Even though they view you as love or you view them as love, either way it goes, there's no stability. There's certain things that were not completely, in the past, there wasn't enough stability within the relationship. It could have been there, it was almost there, wasn't quite, but they view you as love or you view them as love. Doesn't matter. It's coming in, it's being offered, it's there. 2 8. Okay, so 8 actually represents abundance. And I also equate this with, and oh my goodness, the Empress is 3, and there is 3 of Pentacles. So this is very much a direct reading for you, Cancer. We got 2 Eight of Swords. This is like a self-imprisonment. This is you. Do you got, and this is what this card always reminds me of. And plus she's blind, you know. So this is telling me that the divine feminine within you, man or a woman, it doesn't matter, that you didn't like, you didn't think it through. I want to say you left yourself open. It's like because you offered love, or they offered love, or because you guys could have fallen in love, or whatever the case may be, it left you feeling like that because it didn't happen maybe the way you thought that it should have, or you couldn't like prevent. And this time I'm going to say arrows. Do you guys remember the movie 300, where right when they were going to war, they had to cover themselves with the shields because the arrows, it was like raining arrows. Some people got killed, some people didn't. The main frontline guys didn't get killed, and you know, but people did get killed. It's like, you know, arrows being shot. You know what I'm saying? It's like Cupid was shooting his shot and shot it many times. I want to say that you wanted to get pierced with Cupid's arrow, but then you put your blinders on. Instead of getting in the way of the beautiful arrow, it's like you blinded yourself. You didn't want to see what was going to happen because probably deep down inside, emotionally, you didn't want to get involved, but you really did want to be involved, you know, because what it is that you were wanting was a partnership. You did want a relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's almost, and that's the funny thing about the clarification in this particular card, is that she's looking at herself in the mirror with the blindfold on, but she has no blindfold on. So it was clear she knew what she was doing, but she chose not to see it. She chose to look at herself blindly. She chose to just be blind as she's looking at herself. So weird. I mean, it's a very confusing, that would be confusing. And it could have been not just your energy, it could be their energy, because the two of you are too busy trying to protect yourselves and not fall in love. But really what it is a divine pairing. You guys were supposed to be in love. 2 8s. You're supposed to be, but you chose not to. The overall energy for this is the 9 of Swords. So where you would, if it was in the upright, you would be up at night, you wouldn't be able to sleep, you know, but the 9 of Swords is telling us that in the reverse, that there's going to be some understanding, you know, there's going to be some understanding. There may even be like depression. There may be some depression, anxiety, But most of all, I really get that this is more about understanding. You're now understanding why this happened this way. And I think the biggest lesson, because this is what I'm getting, the biggest lesson within this relationship is that, you know, neither party involved in this situation is going to be able to, you know, I just don't understand like why you would do that to yourself. Why offer love and then like try to kill yourself? But the deepest part of it is that you just really want to be in a relationship with this person. And I think that if you really want to be in a relationship with this person, you know, then you're going to have to look back, understand the mistakes that have been made. You know, there has to be deep understanding. That's why this is here. Support. Women's support. Because, and look, Seven of Cups wanted to come out. It was at the bottom, but I wasn't finished, and I almost dropped it. But it just means that you guys are in your head. But it means that the feminine aspect of the two of you in this relationship really needs some support. You guys almost are not supporting each other. And again, the Chariot popped out. That is Cancer. That is your sign. So, I mean, could be travel involved, somebody coming to see you. It also represents power, because you are the one who's actually in the driver's seat. So, I mean, this is all about you, really. All right, so let's go ahead and clarify the Nine of Swords. Tower in reverse tried to pop out too, you guys. But I feel like that there's a lot of messages. There's a lot of deeper rootedness than I feel like I'm barely skimming the surface on how this union actually is, or this relationship, or this, you know, it's almost like it's a weird, like I'm getting like the vibe of like sabotage. Like, I don't want this, but I want this. But I'm not really going to do anything, but I'm just going to let the arrows fly. And, you know, I'm blind. I'm going into it blind, but, you know, I'm not. Look, the Three of Coins popped out. So, and it popped out in the upright. So this means that there is a union. You know, again, this message is directly for you. Two of Coins wanted to pop out too, so there's some juggling going on. Let's concentrate. Nine of Swords. Please clarify the Nine of Swords for me. Please help me to understand what is going on with the Nine of Swords. What is the understanding? Please help us wrap this up, because this is just too silly to me. It doesn't make any sense. Ten of Cups in reverse. So what you wanted, what your end goal is that you actually want to be with this person, and you would like for there to be, you know, a happy ending, but it's like you're blocking yourself from this. This is stupid. Alright, I'm sorry. I'm getting irritated, Cancer. I'm sorry. You know, I shouldn't say I'm sorry, but I apologize that I'm getting irritated because it don't make any sense. Princess of Wands in reverse. Give me just a second. Please clarify the Princess of Wands. Please explain to me, what is all this about? There are lessons. Please explain to me the Princess of Wands. Queen of Wands. Okay. So how I'm gonna, and the overall energy is the Hermit. This is going back to, you got the Moon and then the Hermit, but we'll get to that in a second. What this is saying to us is, with the 9 being in reverse, there needs some type of understanding. The problem is that there's some blockages, and the way to remove them would be to have this in the upright. It's not that this person doesn't want this happy home and love fulfillment and all the greatness of love, because 10 is the number of completion. The problem is they're not able to achieve that because all they have to offer is Princess of Wands. Princess of Wands, in this particular deck, when she's in reverse, to me, it's an offer, but it's like they can't offer you anything. If that makes any sense. There's like an indecisiveness. And really what it is, it's ignoring. It's like it's almost like you're denying this love. It's a denial. There's a lot of swords on here, and with there being swords, quite a few swords in this particular reading, it's swords and cups. So what this is saying to me is that there is logic, there is rationality, there is fact. The emotion, you guys got to get out of your feelings. You're going to have to take the blindfold off. You can't be scared of love, because you all are supposed to be together. This is stupid. Both of you guys are doing this. Both of you guys are putting this same energy out. You guys are not communicating the way that you're supposed to. Even if you do communicate what it is that you're feeling, Cancer, the problem is that it's feeling. So your approach to the person that you're expressing yourself to, or that you're actually supposed to be with, because this is a union. This is supposed to happen. But the blockage is that you're not able to communicate due to the emotion. There's too much emotion and not enough being logical about your approach in your communication. There's no rationality. It's almost like it's just too much emotion, and it's an avoidance, even though you guys are supposed to be together. Okay? There is, once you do communicate that, there will be an understanding. The problem is that what should be, this should be in the upright, but it isn't. It's in the reverse. Okay? Because there's an avoidance. It's almost like you're turning your back on your family, on the person that you love, probably because you're trying to, the other party may be trying to achieve something that is superficial. I think sometimes people won't, especially men do this. Men will have a great connection. Men and women do this. It's not just men, it's women too. Men and women will have a great connection with somebody. Beautiful connection. And because they feel like there is a certain way love is supposed to look and feel, because it doesn't end up that way, it's not a happy home. Okay? This person, it's not going to be that way because they have this thought. It's like a superficiality that they have this thing in their mind of how it's supposed to be. Okay? And as a result, where this princess would be, if she was in the upright, this would be like an offering. But they can't offer you that. But they view you as the queen, which is like you have everything. It's like they view you as having everything together. They view you as having what is necessary together. It's a very interesting reading. And the overall energy is the moon, which means that there needs to be some type of support. And the overall energy for the chakra is the Hermit. And this is finding the light within. So it seems like there's a lot of work. It's almost like that there was a relationship that neither one of you guys were actually prepared for. And instead of just going with the flow, you guys ran. But as you ran from it, it was almost as if it brought you together even more. You know, you wanted to be with each other more. You guys are the Two of Cups. This is, oh my God, this is irritating to me. Let's see here. I do want to do one thing. Let's see here. And yeah. So I think that because of the avoidance, maybe on both parts, there still needs to be some type of healing. There still needs to... You guys left this energy so, like, undone and weird. This is draining. Why would you even put yourself... This is like getting caught up. You know? This is one of them caught up. Caught up. Yeah. This is caught up. We're going to go with the Sacred Rebel on this. Because even I'm having a hard time verbalizing this relationship. Alright. Inner message. Alright. What is the inner message for Cancer? Faith in the process. That's another thing. This is a beautiful inner message. Have faith in the process. Not to mention, this is number 32, and 3 plus 2 equals 5. 5 is the number of transformation. 5 is the number of change. And in order for the two of you even to think about moving forward, you're going to have to take this to God and put it in prayer. You have to have faith in the process. There is nothing without faith. You have nothing. There's no love. There is no love without faith in the process. Okay. Also, the overall energy underneath is dream a beautiful dream. And it's the world card. You know, it's the world card too. And I want to say that because it's the world, it's karmic. So there is an energy. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be moving forward, never backwards. It's always an energy that's going to be moving forward, you know. So it's like coming full circle. Sorry, guys. It's like coming full circle. Seeing the light. Understanding that you can make this dream your reality. But in order to make any of this happen, in order for this to be set up correctly, you have to have faith in the process. And what I wanted to tell you guys earlier is that sometimes the way that we plan out relationships to be, they don't happen that way because we have this idea of how we want our relationships to go and grow. So instead of all the time, you know, trying to control, you know, our feelings and how and who we're going to love, then you have to have faith in the process and be guided by the Spirit of God. And if you can't be guided by what it is that He's telling you, then you're going to miss your opportunity time after time again. You have to put your faith, you know, in Him in this process. That's why the overall energy is female support, like an emotional support, because you have to be able to have faith in the process. That's why you also have Hermit, because this is a time from all this confusion and the back and forth and the weirdness. Stupid. This is stupid. I'm sorry. And I don't mean to be so hard on you, but it's only because, you know, I understand that it's not fair to yourself. Like, you are not God. You cannot control sometimes what's meant to be. You can't be worried about getting your heart broken, you know what I'm saying? Because that is a part of life, you know? I'm not saying throw your heart out there and give it to anybody, but because this is a situation that's supposed to be, you know, you have resisted that. And because of that, it makes everything very, very difficult. You have to have faith in the process. Sheesh. It's kind of upsetting to me. It's just like, what are you doing? All right, Cancer. Let's get the overall. I love the Dream Oracle. Let's get the overall. Actually, you know what? We're not going to use the Dream Oracle. We're going to use the Wisdom cards because I really feel strongly that right now you guys could use some wisdom. Please give us the wisdom for Cancer in this love relationship. Please give me the wisdom for Cancer in their love relationship. Jeez, Cancer. Dang. What the hell? What y'all doing? All right, Cancer, here we go. Leadership. Set your goals. Self-reliant. Don't be afraid to fly solo. If this person can't get past themselves, move on. Because you're the leader. Move on. And epiphany. Seek clarity. This was not a relationship of time wasted. This was a relationship where you were to be learning things about yourself, about that it's okay to love, it's okay to love, it is okay for many, many things. Epiphany, seek clarity. And resilience, rise above the tribulations. It's the overall energy. Rise above it. If you have to move on, move on. If they're not understanding what it is that you're communicating, or what it is that they're communicating to you, you know, or if there's even communication, is there a lack of communication? Are you talking to other people more about this relationship than you are the person that you're actually in a relationship with? These are all things that need to be communicated to this person. All right, Cancer, I love you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. That was your love reading.